Welcome back to the channel. This is found footage. And today we're talking
First
about
installment.
this is the first of many. But today we're talking about the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. It couldn't be more of a British. title.
It's a banger if the title is that long. Come on.
Yeah, it is a really long. I'm scared it might affect the box office for this movie because this movie's pretty good.
It will.
Did you like it?
You can't even see the full title when it's on the little, boards for the prices, tickets and stuff. Can't even see the full thing.
It just says
the
Ministry of.
And
it just says.
You kind of got to be like, hey, I mean, I like the word ministry. But no, in all seriousness, I love the heck out of this movie, and honestly, I just Guy Ritchie just can do no wrong in my eyes. Yet, at least he hasn't. I mean, like,
he really has that flair.
He's just so good at what he does. I mean, the way he weaves in, different the music and
the music in this movie is really
the
good.
Writing of certain characters
good.
And
especially in the third act. There's a moment, dude. You know what I'm talking about. Man, where it's just almost like a music video at
this felt like such a refreshing take on the Nazi. World War II.
I don't know if it's that refreshing. Oh, we'll get into that. But if this is your first time here, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, click that bell. We're gonna do these for pretty much every movie that we watch. Just quick reviews. But this is for Guy Ritchie's Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. What's the last movie he dropped? Is it The Covenant? What came out first, The Covenant or Operation Fortune?
I'm almost certain it was The Covenant.
The Covenant's really good. If you guys haven't checked that out, you guys should.
I love The Covenant.
But
The Covenant is a great movie.
The best way I can describe this movie, and I've described it to many people this way, it's Guy Ritchie's Inglourious Bastards. That's what it is. It's Inglourious Bastards. It takes all the funness of Inglourious Bastards. Obviously, we like a movie where the characters are murking Nazis, but other than that, it just has that kind of story to follow, the music, the style, except it's got the Guy Ritchie flair, the British humor, the charm, all of that. And I think it makes for something really enjoyable. Like, there's no dull moment in this. Like, there wasn't a moment where I was like,
there are serious moments, but
but they're never dull. Yeah, I think the cast all around does a great job. Like, the ensemble as a whole did really great. Wow. I will say, like, the only real critique I have against this movie is the characters aren't bothered to be fleshed out, but that's okay because it's clearly more hinged on the storytelling. The story that they're trying to tell. And these characters are vibrant. They have, like, really great personalities.
Dude, I gotta say, Guy Ritchie I love his cast. I mean, it's not that he knows how to pick greatest people of all time, but it's just he knows
how to use them too.
Pick them, man. And this cast, the chemistry what is it? Is it like it's like 5 or 6 gentlemen? The chemistry between them is it feels so authentic. It feels like so genuinely lived in, as if they've been with each other for years over time. It gives them a little bit more of that depth, and it's just the way he's able to write their characters and like how they're able to act and put that on the screen that like makes Guy Ritchie, like, it makes it seem like he just knows how to cast them. And, like,
absolutely.
I really think that the cast of this movie is like and it's definitely one of the better casts in Guy Ritchie's career. That's for sure. But I think that there's some flowers to be given here, like, honestly.
For sure. I think I haven't actually watched Man from U.N.C.L.E. all the way through, but what I've seen from that movie and now this, it seems like he really has that effect of knowing how to play to actors' strengths. And even him pulling the comedy out of Alan Ritchson. If you guys don't know what Blue Mountain State is, I suggest you go and watch clips of Alan Ritchson in there, because
Bad Castle flashbacks.
Yeah, if he's kind of been stuck in this position of playing dad, of playing kind of grizzly dad that beats people up in Reacher, or just lonesome father in like Ordinary Angels and stuff like that. Like, he's kind of just had that quality, and I was really happy to see Guy Ritchie lean into that castleness to what made him kind of almost blow up a little. Like,
Maybe what we need is a huge party at the goat house where everybody gets pounded. You mean hammered, right? You may get hammered, but my ass gets pounded.
It's kind of crazy how like many things Alan Ritchson has done in the last couple of years that haven't used
Fast and Furious,
his comedic chops. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's in Fast and Furious and you don't decide to use his comedic chops. Like, even in like Ninja Turtles, like they didn't use it. Like I don't know. He's got exceptional comedic, not only timing, just sensibilities. There's a certain factor that comes with Alan Ritchson's comedy. It's almost over the top.
Sequence of this movie,
it's hilarious. It gets hilarious at one point. Like, our entire theater, and during like the whole movie, our theater was, laughing. But there was some times where like the most times it erupted was definitely from Alan Ritchson.
Oh yeah,
Alan
Ritchson knows what he's doing.
Since we're talking about actors, I mean, 𝙂𝙾 González is arguably probably like her best role.
This has to be her best role, and I understand I haven't seen her entire extensive filmography, but I just can't see her being in a role better. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. The writers was looking out for my girl, like, honestly, in this movie. Like they gave 𝙂𝙾 so much to chew on, and she ate every single bit. And then not only that, but Guy Ritchie's directing elevates her acting in like this swirl of like great acting and great directing during some of these sequences. And it's just like, it's just so refreshing, and it really makes you keen on 𝙂𝙾 González's talent. Like, because don't get me wrong, I love 𝙂𝙾 González, and not only is she so easy to watch on screen, but I mean, she's a talent, and I've seen her in multiple stuff. I've never had a problem with her, but never have I walked out of a movie going, dang, like 𝙂𝙾 González in that movie. And man, she hit it with this movie. I'm not gonna lie, her agent could.
I agree. I think she was probably the standout of the movie for me, and I also think while the music was great in here, I've got to say, man, the cast did great. I will say, there was some shortcomings, and, I wish I got more from, like, Henry Golding's character, or maybe even a little bit more of the main villain in here. I thought while, he definitely has a great presence, he didn't have much to say in this film. But
I did love his scenes with 𝙂𝙾 González.
Yeah, he's actually from �inglourious Basterds, and he plays quite the opposite character, which is pretty interesting. But yeah, he still captures the intensity of like all the scenes that he's in. Like just over, I mean, the movie's like got great visuals. It's got really good pacing. I will say there's no point really where I felt like
the action sequences
the movie halted.
Were pretty damn good. If I gotta be honest,
especially with Alan Ritchson. Anytime Alan Ritchson did
in the past Guy Ritchie movies, let's see, we got The Covenant, we got Operation Fortune, Wrath of Man, The Gentleman. I would say that this has the best action.
Yeah, this is up there. Yeah, there's some really good set pieces here. I will say the third act kind of goes on for a bit. Like, it kind of stretches a little bit, where it's like, okay, we got this plan, and then it's like, oh no, we got to come up with a different plan.
Though, because the way absolutely, that
once you're in it, man. You're in it. Yeah, yeah. And I think this is like extremely enjoyable. I'd highly recommend you go see this. I mean, I could see a lot of people looking at this movie and being like, what is the Ministry of Warfare Ungentlemanly blah 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 blah.
And I think it's a good, and yeah, it is based off a true story and a book, and I think it's a good like film to watch, like for that reason too.
Yeah, I think so. I think
it definitely gives it something interesting
on every level. It's pretty cool. Like, it doesn't have terrible editing, no terrible like pacing, no terrible dialogue. Like, it's all there. Like, sure, the characters aren't like some extremely fleshed out, but that's not really what the focus of the movie is. Once you see the end, like, you understand this is based on a true story, and like that's what it is. It's just the journey, it's just the story that they're trying to tell with the characters in there. And I really want to know if obviously he probably did take inspiration from �inglourious Basterds, but I want to know like what exactly, if that was a factor in him making this movie at all, if he kind of found out about this and was like, you know what I just saw as well? I would love to do this. Like, it has
Who
so
knows, man?
much of
Who knows
what
what's
makes
going
that
on in
movie
Guy Ritchie's
good.
head?
Yeah, it has great qualities. Honestly, we're gonna go ahead and I guess we're gonna put this into the rating. This is the rating scale. We got 5 ratings, obviously, top to bottom, best to worst. I'm gonna give it a seat on the big screen. I think this is worth
Really?
watching in a theater. You know, it's so escapist.
Guys, I think Keezy likes the movie more than me.
You're gonna give it a couch worthy? What are you gonna give it?
No, I'm gonna give it a see it on the big screen, of course.
I think it's really
go see it on the big. Go get a ticket. The Ministry of. Go get.
And
I
think you'll enjoy this more with more people. Like with an audience, this plays well. It's a ton of. It's a blast, it's fun, and just you get to escape. You get to be in this story that's it's like witty, it's charming, it's intense.
It's got a good amount of bloody like action sequences.
Yeah, it's rated R. Yeah,
good amount of, I mean, there's some stuff, man. I think that overall the movie accomplishes what it set out to do.
For sure, executes everything.
Maybe not at the highest of levels, but like at a high level, in my opinion. And I think the third act is definitely. I think it's worth the price of admission alone. The third act is really, really good.
Yeah.
And
I
once
agree.
again, I will say this, and I'll probably say it in an over or under portion of our podcast. You should go watch the Double Feature podcast, by the way. But Chris Benstead is such an underrated.
Yeah, the music in here was really great. He's been doing the music
for most of Guy Ritchie's movies, and once again, I mean, he just knows how to set a tone, man. He just knows
the movie culminates pretty well. It's satisfying by the end, and hopefully you guys really check this out, because I think it's definitely worth your time. If you made it this far, like, and you haven't, like, what are you doing? Like the video,
like the video,
subscribe and hit that bell if you like this type of content. We'll be putting out reviews for a lot of things. We're watching a ton of movies this year, and especially next year's more stacked. Yeah, this was great.
Bring the champagne out.
Yeah, go ahead.
History here.
Tell us in the comments below if you watch this movie.
Let
us
discuss
with us if you're gonna go see this or not. Are you gonna wait for it to come on streaming? I hope you don't, because I mean, this is a movie we should all be funding.
I mean, you could wait for it on stream.
Like, you could, but I'd like to see this movie succeed. I really would.
Go get it some money, man. Henry Cavill and Alan Rich and some big hunks are in the theater. Go watch.
Yeah.
Gonzalez. Just a hot cast. Go watch.
Yeah. There's some menaces in this movie. There's some psychos. It has everything you want when you're going to the theater. It's fun. It's intense. It makes you escape, and that's all we want. But yeah. Hopefully we will see you guys in the next one, but it's been your boy Keezy.
Been your boy Kels.
And that's all, folks.
Is he allowed to say that legally?